Could you kindly elaborate on that?
There is no point in my saying that there is no such thing as consciousness, but what do you have to say on that subject? Do you believe that there is consciousness? How do you become conscious of things?
Through consciousness?
No, through the knowledge you have of the things. You know, the sensory perceptions do not tell you anything. You see, as I was saying the other day, if there is no light, you can't see anything here. It's total darkness. The reflection of the light activates the optic nerves and throws an image on the retina. This is what we are told by the physiologists, but you have no way of actually experiencing even what they are saying. You know, they can take you to a laboratory and give a knock here and say that this is the stimulus and the response is to this stimulus. But actually, there is no way you can separate the stimulus and response. It is one unitary moment. So when this image is cast on the retina, which is like a mirror, you do not know what it is. So in this process, it also activates the neurons in the brain, which is memory, and tells you what it is. But there is a very, very, very small gap between the two. People imagine that the thoughts are very fast, but actually they are very slow. But the physical perceptions are so fast and so quick, there is no time for that to capture and contain and give expression to it. It will tell you that this is a tape recorder, that's a video camera, that's a woman, that's a man, that is white, that is black. There is no time for that at all, you see. So for some reason, you have to maintain your identity, or you or I, or whatever you want to call yourself, all the time. So you always demand to experience the same thing over and over and over again. It is that is wearing you out. It is using tremendous amounts of energy. So much so you don't have any energy to deal with the problems of living in this world. So going back to the question of consciousness, you become conscious of that only through the knowledge you have of that. If that knowledge is absent, unfortunately the knowledge is there all the time. What you call you is nothing but the totality of knowledge. The you, as you know, your structure of Vedantic thought. Because it is that creates the subject. There is no such thing as a permanent entity here at all. Anybody there is no center, there is no I, there is no entity there. So this camera is operated by the things that are happening outside there. You know? So when the eyes are focused on something there, it is that red light, whatever is there in that red light, is the one that is demanding complete total attention in that frame. And then you are moving your fingers, it has moved from there to here. So you are the one that is operating the camera here, and there is no cameraman or a camera woman here who is operating the camera. I'm going to give you a talk. So when once you are lucky to be freed, I don't want to use the word free, quote and unquote, for purposes of communication, I might as well use the word free, from the totality of man's thoughts and experiences. What you are left with is this living organism with a tremendous sensitivity of its own. All the sensory perceptions function at their peak capacity. And so there is no room for the thought to interfere and to translate every sensation within the framework of the knowledge you have of the particular objects you are looking at or the particular things that are happening there inside of you.
That means it's like a kid, that is just newborn kid.
We don't know how the kids function.
No, because
anything we say,
kid is not superimposed with education or something. So it may not know this is his hand.
yes.
So
So it does not mean that I do not know. All the knowledge that is put in there in the computer is there available when there is a demand. It is not a self-operating computer. You are operating the computer here.
Yeah.
The printout is yours. You are asking the question, for example, show me your hand. So, a hand it is. I say it is my hand, because I have to say that it is not your hand, it is my hand for purposes of communication. There is no way I can identify this with my own hand, myself, and say this is my hand, except when you ask the question, show me your hand, I show this. Whose hand it is my hand. Any grander purpose other than, say, the garden slug out there or mosquito that is sucking your blood. But we are made to believe by our culture that we are created for some specific and grander purpose. Manava Janma Durlabham. Structure of Hindu thought is built on that foundation. And the whole creation is created for our benefit. And that is why we have created and still creating all these ecological problems, the problems of pollution of waters. You have all kinds of slogans everywhere. Don't pollute the waters because we eat that pollution or some such thing. So there is no way out of that. Individually, probably you can solve your own problem for yourself by yourself. Collectively, there isn't a choice. Come on.
Sir, I understand you were born and raised up in a family with rich,
Very rich.
religious background.
Born with a silver spoon, and so many silver spoons came along my way.
Yes, sir. And your father was.
I lived with the criminals, murderers, rapists, the saints, sages, masterminds, named everybody, you see. And I did all these things in my life.
In your childhood days, you met Led Peter,
Yes.
100%,
Yes,
and you were with Krishnamurti for 7 years,
yes,
and you broke away from the all.
yes.
And
Nobody could give me.
I couldn't make
Nobody could give me what I was seeking.
I couldn't make out what you are. You see, I like to know.
Try.
I like to know your
The moment
your concept of religion.
No. The moment you figure out what I am saying, what I am, you will destroy me. That's what I am interested in. You see, all those who existed before me, they don't count at all. See, you will touch life at a point where nobody touched before you. How that will express itself, you will never know, now or even then. I guarantee. You will be something extraordinary will come out of it. Nobody ever said like that before you. I'm not giving you a carrot, you see, please. So you just leave it in that, you don't know. I myself don't know. How can you know? I have no way of knowing. I can't say this is me. If I said to myself that I'm a free man, tell you, it has to protect itself. It will fight to the last or run away.
We are aware of our consciousness.
No,
body.
I'm just answering his
Body
question.
consciousness is aware all the times.
This is not awareness that I'm talking about. This is a response to his question.
But response can come
If I
from
remain
you that have
silent,
awareness.
it would be worse. He will read something into the silence there.
Yeah, this is a problem.
You want that to come to an end? You can't be interested
So
in
let
what-
the interpretation go on.
It will go on whether you like it or not. And when that comes to an end, the death takes place. If that comes to an end, now you will drop dead.
Yes, but at the same time, it said there's an intelligence for the organism which we are interfering with by interpreting.
By interpreting
So what-
everything, there is nothing that you can do. What can you do?
I want to leave. I want to go, rather flow with the intelligence of the organism. How can I do that? How can I do that?
There is somebody there trying to flow with the flow of things.
So is that,
That
an
is
eternal
separating
me?
you.
Is there an eternal me then?
No,
No?
the answer is no. You don't have to do a thing. Whatever you do is separating you from the flow of things.
But I am the flow, if I am the flow of the things.
If be that flow. What is? Why you have put me in this situation?
That's really great. We appreciate it. We always come back for more. See, that's it. We like it. we don't feel offended. Some people may don't agree, of course, and if they think deeply.
I was pleased with the audience. They were responding, all of them. They even wanted to carry on the dialogue with me afterwards.
They were very happy too.
Huh?
They were very happy.
Very happy.
Yeah. Then the man that wanted to touch your feet.
Oh, that's another strange fellow who was asking questions there.
Yeah.
He's a Sindhi, I think. He wanted to touch my feet. That's Indian.
That's the Indian version. You don't want that.
And I told him the same energy is there, same dust is there.
That's good. The one guru who is not the guru, and he is the guru. I would say, make this
One is not a guru, he is the one who is not a guru is the real guru, he said. You have other ways of insulting me.
Why? You are
Was eating.
always eating, nothing else.
Half of it I have already eaten. This chocolate.
Is it gone already? On its way.
If we stayed here longer, nothing would be left.
Which is better, that or the Toblerone white?
Don't buy again, no?
No.
Have you ever been to the Krishnamurti's place in California?
You know?
Very bad vibes. Vibrations. Valentine stayed there, but I stayed 30 miles away from.
This is very pretty there. Very nice, very pretty. Of locality.
But where I live is nicer. We took a lot of the road,
Huh?
pavements, road, in our shooting. This is all right from behind. These are not holes.
I see.
The lace goes through this, but there is a leather here.
I see.
Only this part I don't like. It can be covered with some wire.
Yes, I think we can find some sort of leather, but I don't know whether we can get the same color.
Leather and use glue and paste on top. Yeah, that's one thing. You take goblet in his sword, then
No sewing. Only here he will
you just take a piece of leather,
stick it.
stick it.
Something similar or some slightly different.
Maybe the guy down in Tokyo department store.
No, he can't.
Not very hard to get people to do this job. You buy shoes, yes. If we don't have to cooperate now.
First of all, we have to
Somewhere
get
in the
leather.
streets,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
some
have
Temple
to.
Street,
Yeah, you maybe that's still.
somewhere around their area. What is the other thing? I want one bag of this size to put my nylon, preferably this size. Not expensive leather or anything, it doesn't matter. To put that word finder, then my shopping will be over. Those, why you are so fascinated by those shoes? For some time, not regularly. So whenever I get a new one, I
Always just keep one pair.
Well, you had sore feet because you'd been walking so much in New York.
Huh?
You'd been walking a lot in New York and your feet were sore, you said.
Yeah, but this is the best one. Why you are
Thank you. Thank you.
cheese and crackers?
Yeah, I cheese.
You had?
Yeah.
I will be hungry very soon.
You are growing young.
My stomach is not very big. Each time can only have a little. And then I feel
Yeah.
very full. Yes, but I will become hungry very soon.
Sure.
Very soon.
That's great. That's very healthy. Frequently eat.
Frequently. At around 11, I will be hungry.
Every hour and the hour you eat. What do you do with all this